Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Dr. Obiajulu Ugbo. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
Are you acclimatizing?
Yes, I'm acclimatizing. Yeah, your country is quite stressful. What can I do? I'm here now. So
How you
doing my
doing?
best. I'm doing my best, actually. The sleep is coming back.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm able to rest for longer hours now. And anytime I don't feel like sleeping, I just pick up my book and read, just do something, work on my script and all of that.
Any plans for this weekend?
This weekend, I want to serenade my Oga this weekend. I've got some things planned. We've been busy all week, so no action had happened. But this weekend, we're getting down.
Okay.
They should tell him, the people that used to watch and tell him, we're getting down.
How you doing? Okay, how's everything? How was your week?
Thank you, Murayo. Good to see everyone again. This week was big for me, so I'd always decided to move my parenting journey a bit higher. Okay. And there's this class that I've been eyeing, but it's been pretty expensive. So every day I'll say, oh God, which day will I finish my stuff and I'll save up for this? But I got a scholarship this week. One of my friends just decided to pay a good chunk. Yeah, wow. So it was a very beautiful week. So this weekend, it's a parenting course with Praise for actually. Oh. Yeah, but it's like a customized one. Just 5 Sundays, but man, that's the only thing I can think about now. Yeah.
You're excited.
I'm excited.
To know that you guys are really into this stuff. It's good.
Yeah, that's right.
With all this Gen Z mental health, we don't have a choice.
Yes.
We don't have a choice.
Tell us.
Mariam, this is your earring, no be here.
So my earrings.
Oh my Lord.
Crown, what's honeypots, whatever.
Oh, honeypots.
Just mention honeypots.
Yeah, honeypots sells them, so I got a couple for myself.
Nice.
Wow. It's when you don't want to wear any other jewelry. Once you wear them, you have fun
you've worn
from head
everything.
to toe. In fact, you
It
don't even need to
covers
wear clothes.
everything.
Just wear the earrings.
Covers
and you're done.
everything.
Yeah. So on Saturday, I'll be online with Readland on their reading adventure. I'll be reading my book. September, as we know, is we celebrate the Vultures International Day, Awareness Day. So we planned this so that we can read to the children from my book and also teach them a little about the environment and how vultures help protect our environment. So on Saturday at 5 p.m., yes, I'll be on Readland's Instagram Live reading my book.
That's Saturday, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Saturday. That's
Tomorrow.
Noted.
Oh,
Noted.
nice.
And
Saturday, I have a busy day on Saturday.
Parties?
Not even parties. I have in the morning. I have. I'm invited for an event. God help me, the name of the event, but I'm going to be there.
Your PA's got you.
Yeah, my PA got me. In the afternoon, I have an award. I'm receiving an award. I think also on behalf of Your View. I'm receiving an award for myself and then for Your View.
Wow.
Marketing Edge is having their annual event and they're going to be there. I'm also going to be emceeing the event, so it's a big deal, I believe. Sunday, I know I have something else I can't remember.
Your
but I know my
PA
knows.
got you.
Yeah.
So, this weekend is very busy.
But you're looking
It's
amazing.
okay.
Yeah.
Everybody is telling me that. I'm like,
It's the slimming thing.
it's working a
Okay.
bit hard.
The
I'm
diet
working
is
on-
working.
I'm about to go to the
You're
gym and firm
glowing.
it up, and just tighten it up.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm working on it. It's not easy. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, it's Friday. Come back, take out the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I don't know why nation is so heavy these days. What's going on? Defense headquarters, police turn heat on oil thieves, economic saboteurs, how to prevent another national grid collapse. Tinubu, we will create wealth for Nigerians. Clashes, Ganduje panel seeks creation of livestock ministry. Governors get federal government's push on mass food production. Makinde appoints 29-year-old as commissioner. We won't allow one-party rule, says PDP. Adedeji replaces Nami as FIR's chair. Okay, which story are we starting with in The Nation?
Said governors get federal government push on mass food production. So governors have been given a marching order to boost food security by embarking on mass production. So the order, according to the Niger State Governor Mohammed Omar Bago, was given by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And yesterday, Bago said that his administration earmarked about 550 50 hectares of land for farming in the state in compliance with the president's directive. And according to him, 300,000 hectares of farmland were ready for cultivation, while the government plans to clear another 250,000 hectares across the state. So he dropped the hint while he was interacting with reporters in the State House on the same day that the World Food Program, WFP, pledged $2.5 billion lifeline to the federal government Zero Hunger Program. And he said that though his administration is not in the blue economy, which I don't understand what that means, but they rely so much on the vast land that they have and their green vegetation to ensure that they get at least 10% of, the whole production in Nigeria. He highlighted what has been happening in Libya, saying that they have water, a lot of water that they use to power their the dams, and they are trying to see how they can save up the water at that time so that during the drought season, they can replow back and use it for agriculture. That's like the next level of agriculture.
So the blue economy is where you focus on the waterways, the oceans, and how that, you can economically impact.
Oh, okay.
That'd be great. I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
So the National Livestock Reforms Committee chairman is actually headed by the national chairman of the APC, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje. He has recommended to Mr. President the need to provide a proper he recommended means of funding for the, He has actually recommended for the Ministry of Livestock in Nigeria. The reason is because he felt that it would be important for us to have a separate ministry aside from based on all the learnings from all the previous failures, and the learning and the learnings from of what they tried before previously. He's recommending specifically that the modernization of livestock subsector of the agricultural sector will be the best way to move forward. And he's also recommending ways of getting international funding from governments, from private sector to also support the livestock, especially. He believes that with this recommendation to the president, which president, according to him, the president is actually very interested in seeing what they can do to have a lasting solution to the farmers herders clash we've been having across the country. So this ministry, hopefully, it will be removed from their Ministry of Agriculture, so they don't have to hire a whole bunch of new people, I'm hoping. But either way, he says that providing this, according to him, he also used the proverb, says that it's easy to declare war, but it's difficult to wage it. It means that we have made a number of important recommendations because we studied the previous attempts, the failures, the successes, and we have put them together and made these recommendations to the president. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
So I have, they say, a 62-man delegation from River State's indigene went to visit the president in Abuja at the State House. And they said this delegation was made up of leaders of thought, traditional rulers, political gladiators of both the PDP and APC. And the delegation had come to thank the president for appointing former Governor Nyesom Wike as the FCT minister and for also other senior appointments given to Rivers State. They also presented the president with a gift. And during the conversation, our president said to them that Nigeria should have no business, that his job really is to create wealth for Nigeria, for all Nigerians, because we have no reason to be poor. We have no business being poor, and we should and suffering insecurity and underdevelopment in the view of the enormous human and material resources that we have in the country. Also, I didn't even know that until this report that Jury Ngelale is actually an indigene of River State, so they were quite happy about that appointment as well. And then our president says he's not the president that will give you excuses. He will work hard and make sure that, he creates wealth for all Nigerians. And he says today we may be swimming against the tide, but the waves will soon propel us forward from behind. We will achieve the goals and dreams of our forefathers. I am inspired by the nature of the people and now lead. Also, an infrastructural deficit in River State was highlighted, especially the Eleme Junction on the axis of the East-West Road linking the Port Harcourt refinery. He said that he'll make sure that the FCT minister, looks at that for prompt action.
Okay, any other story in Nation?
Yes, I have a story
ahead,
on page 29. It says President Tinubu appoints. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Let me just. Okay, so it says President Tinubu appoints Adedeji as the chairman or the acting executive chairman of Federal Inland Revenue Service. This statement was released yesterday, and it's coming as a shock. So let me just go. Let's talk about why I picked this story. So I know that the former FIRS chairman, Naimi, has done, he's taken the nation to a considerable extent. But we're looking for, I guess President Tinubu is looking for something around private service. So I saw, highlighted in this story is his experience and what he's done before his certification and experience. The fact that he has served in Oyo State as a special advisor, somewhere also in finance. For me, I feel there's a space for excellence. You know, gone are the days where we say somebody came out with a first class and he's just there roaming around. So congratulations to Aditi.
And I also know that Nami, in the next few months, is going to retire. I mean, I think this tenure will be over. So I guess it's just going to be...
Yeah, but this is just the... I mean, when I read the CV, I'm like, yes. So when your children go to school and you try and encourage them to get good results, you have
something to
because we always say, all the ones that got first class, where are they today?
Well,
you know.
We've seen them.
So now we're
somewhere now.
Yes, now
Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us. I think I actually have a bit of time to read the punch. Let me take punch. Like when I come back, we'll take punch. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, let's take the punch. Nigeria's debt jumps by 75% in 3 months, hits 87 trillion. Tinubu promises to tackle poverty, complete the East-West Road. Alake has provided qualitative leadership for the Egba, says Anglican primate. NURTW president, 21 others arrested for alleged killing. Zero allocation, Ogun LG chairman impeached, lampoons Abiodun. Tinubu orders Nami's retirement, appoints Adedeji FIRS chair. Electricity consumers slam FG over power grid collapse, and manufactured goods imports gulp $6.7 billion in 6 months, says report. Okay, which story are we starting with? The punch?
The President and National Union of Road Transport Workers, Tajuddin Baruwa, and 2 others, including 3 national officers of the union, are currently being detained by the police in Abuja. Those arrested have been charged with alleged criminal conspiracy, culpable homicide, public disturbance, conducts likely to breach the peace of the state. So they were arrested and detained between Tuesday and Wednesday, and they had been moved to the defunct Special Anti-Robbery Squad, known as the Abattoir, located in Guzape, Abuja. So while they confirmed the development, the spokesperson for the FCT Police Command, Josephine Ade, revealed that the suspects will be charged to court following conclusion of police investigation. And, you know, after the arraignment, they said they realized that one person was killed. They've been having altercations back and forth, just exactly what happens in other parts of the country as well. And they said they've confirmed the arrest of 23 male suspects, recovery of 3 rifles, you know, which followed the chaos that happened in Garki, Abuja. Said Tuesday there was a violent clash between the 2 factions of the NURTW, Saple Crescent, and the other area as well. And so I think this is what the government should be doing, what the police should be doing more often, so that it will deter them from constantly. If they have issues, they can always present it, go to court and sort it out, do it legally.
Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah, so the Debt Management Office has said that Nigeria's total public debt has hit 87.38 trillion naira at the end of the second quarter of 2023. They said this represents an increase of 75.29%, or we can say 37.53 trillion naira increase compared to 49.85 trillion recorded at the end of March of this year. The DMO's report, this was on Thursday, they said that the debt includes a 22.71 ways and means advances of the Central Bank of Nigeria to the federal government. So it explains that the ways and means advances is a loan facility through which the CBN finances the shortfalls in government budget. And it had, and the DMO had earlier projected that Nigeria's public burden may hit 77 as a result of this inclusion of the, when National Assembly had approved the previous president, that's Mohamed Buhari's request to restructure the CBN ways and means advances. It just really gives us a breakdown of why we have such a huge number. It's talking about some of the policies that we have right now, also all this will impact on the debt.
Okay, so the primate of the Anglican Communion in Nigeria, Archbishop Henry Ndukuba, who was represented by the Most Reverend Peter Akinola, has felicitated with the Alake of Egbaland, Oba Adedotun Badebo. So he has celebrated his 80th birthday, and lots of people were there. And he said that the clergyman described the royal father as an exemplary leader whose commitment to providing qualitative leadership for the people of Egbaland is worthy of note. He said that at 80, Obagbadebo should be moving closer to God at this time, adding that by doing this, the royal father will be bequeathing to the coming generation the honor of being a beacon of light, who served humanity diligently and made a lot of positive differences in their life. Yes, Punch?
Yeah, I have a story. I have a story on page 18. It says Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde yesterday swore in a 29-year-old Ms. Wasilat Adegoke to head the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Okay. I picked a particular paragraph. I'm reading it now. It says, Makinde says he would always forgive the Commissioner for Youth and Sports and others for any mistakes they have or they make while doing their job, but he would not forgive them if they fail to perform. So as they are getting in at that age, it's important to know that your age won't be an excuse.
Exactly. Yeah. Moving on now to Vanguard. Outrage as national power grid collapses twice in 6 hours. Palliatives address roots of poverty, not symptoms. Catholic bishops tell federal government. Tinubu sacks FRC boss. We took that story already. Illegal toll. The IGP orders CPs to dismantle unauthorized checkpoints, arrest violators. Death traps. Federal Lagos government to shut third mainland bridge for repairs. Court nullifies Kaduna government's banishment of monarch. Oluwari ends protest by Shakiris, and one-party states will resist APC's plot, says PDP and LP. Okay, which story are we starting with?
I have two. I'm confused, but I think I'll just take.
Let me take one. So we have, this is in Abuja, the Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria, CBCN. They had their conference, and then they're calling on the government to tackle fundamental structures that have deepened inequality and poverty in the country. Really, their concern is about the palliative measures that government has been reeling out, and they say that that is not really what would address the issues, you know, and that, you know, they should look deeper into it. But I was looking at them like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know. But they also talked about how the elections went and the bad feeling that some people had because some things didn't quite work out the way it was presented it would, but also they were grateful that Nigerians decided to go to court instead of resorting to violence. So they're grateful to Nigerians for that. But they're also bringing to the notice of government and highlighting insecurity across Nigeria. They say that the escalating insecurity in the country, citing ongoing violence by insurgents, headsmen, militias, bandits, and unknown gunmen. Because even very recently, a young seminarian, Stephen Enladi of Kafanchan Diocese, and some other victims, you know, and he was killed, you know, by all these militia, unknown gunmen, whoever they are. And this is something that's seriously bothering Nigerians, and they would like for government to address that as quickly as possible.
Yeah. So they've been talking about doing like partial repair or complete repair at the Third Mainland Bridge again. And the federal government, in collaboration with Lagos State government, will commence the remedial repair work on the bad portions of the bridge. They said specifically the bridge will be closed on 2 consecutive Sundays, September 17th and 24th, for the works to be carried out by the state government through the Lagos Public Works Corporation, LPWC, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Works. So, you know, motorists have been lamenting the bad road, said they usually have a lot of potholes there, which causes accidents. And so the government has decided to fix it while we're still waiting for the Fourth Mainland Bridge, which they are planning
We
to
complain about that Third Mainland Bridge.
Yes.
So many patches everywhere.
Yeah.
Scattered.
So,
holes.
but they mentioned, holes, seriously. But they mentioned 2 routes that people can be taking. I want to read it out for people who are going to be passing the Third Mainland. Say Route 1, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Alapmere, Ugudu axis, inward Lagos Island will be diverted towards Bagada Oshodi Expressway to link Ikorodu Road, that Funshaw Williams Avenue. Then Route 2, motorists from Lagos Mainland going through Habat Macaulay Road, that's Adekule axis, inward Lagos Island via Third Mainland Bridge will now be diverted towards Murtala Mohammed Way to make use of the Qatar Bridge for now, and they are urging motorists to please be patient with them. You know, just follow.
So my question is, the only Sunday?
Yes,
the whole week.
Yes, they want to do just Sunday, 2 consecutive Sundays.
Okay.
So that people would have time to do.
Because we know the Eko Bridge is blocked and people are going for Shaw Williams. That would be crazy.
Let me take the Kaduna High Court sitting in Kaduna has nullified former Governor Nasir El-Rufai's banishment of the paramount leader of Piriga Chiefdom in Ilerioluwa local government area in Kaduna State. They delivered the judgment saying that it was a breach of the fundamental rights of the according to Section 41, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic, says that no citizen of Nigeria every citizen of Nigeria is entitled to move freely and to reside in any part of the country, and no citizen shall be expelled from Nigeria or refuse entry thereby or exit of the country. So that in itself has already upheld the fact that you cannot banish anybody. So I was happy that that was reversed. We're still waiting for Sanusi Lamido Sanusi zone. I don't know if he went to court, but we'll see how that goes. But this is from Kaduna State.
But that's some good news.
Yeah. So having a story from Vanguard, should we move on? Mrs. Fash? Okay, let's go to the Tribune. Nigerian Tribune, current hardship may lead to serious crisis. PDP wants APC. Alleged 100 million naira palliative. Senate accuses NLC of blackmail. FG has no choice but to fund universities. It is constitutional, says ASU. Mdidi Ilerioluwa loses as appeal court. Affirms LP candidate as Delta rep. Hoodlums behead LP chieftain in Abia. Tinubu gets proposal for Ministry of Livestock. Makinde approves Oyebola as Asheyin. Shonwu Ogbomosho completes his traditional rites, enters palace. And let's find FG working out details on flight resumption to UAE, says Keyamo. Okay, which story are we taking in Tribune?
The president of the Academic Union of Universities, ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said the federal government cannot totally back out of funding universities. So he was speaking and he said that it's clearly stated in the Constitution that the federal government must fund public universities. And this was him reacting to a post or a report where the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, was quoted to have said the federal government will initiate new ways of funding tertiary education by granting full autonomy to universities to explore new sources to financing their activities. So the ASU boss said there's no way the federal government would say they will not fund public universities because it is in the law. And they say in the Constitution, Section 18 of the Constitution says universities, primary and secondary schools are free. He also mentioned the fact that they've started, if they allow the university to work autonomously, they will be able to, make use of the funds appropriately. Not that they won't fund them, or you fund them, but you let them run it so that you take out all those bureaucratic bottlenecks. And that will be, and this has been in the Constitution since 2003. They just need implementation so that they can work in the university. So I really don't know. They also, he also mentioned that the federal government needs to increase the amount which they give to universities, just like it happens outside the country. European states, they have the percentage which Nigeria is one of the lowest that we give to our education. So I don't know if the government funds the education there and micromanages it for them outside. I think we need to really compare what's happening, because I know that students... We want quality education, right? The government we have, can they fund it right now? We need to be realistic, exactly. Yes. So, but I know that those people, there's a way they source funds from
That's
grants
exactly what
and
the government is saying.
Yes,
The
and
government is saying, I am giving you the authority to look for funds.
go and get funds.
So, but EFCC is now saying, no,
No, you
don't
must
do that.
fund
You must
it.
fund
Can
it.
we afford to?
Exactly. So it's a conversation.
No, we
Have
can
to come
compare,
up with
please.
options.
For
They're
funding.
increasing all
Yes.
sorts of fees, and parents are on the
Because
streets.
that's the only option they have
But,
brought
like,
out, which is not
Exactly.
feasible.
So it's a hot topic. It's talking about what's talking about. Federal government is saying, as schools, I'm giving you
Go
the authority.
and look for money and run it
And
yourself.
And
I will
schools are
give you
saying,
money.
okay.
I will give you money, but you must, in addition,
And that's how it should be.
we'll see. Let's go on a break. It's Friday, celebrity topic, and there's only one hot topic in the celebrity kingdom. When we come back, we'll discuss it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. On our hot topic segment today, we'll be discussing the life and times of a Nigerian rapper and singer, Ilerioluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. On Tuesday, the entertainment industry and fans were thrown into a state of mourning after the reports confirmed his death. Now, many people had no idea what was going on, especially various generations were clueless. Who is Mohbad? Who's Mohbad? Of course, the Gen Zs knew exactly who he was. And many of us danced to his music, and many don't even know he was the person that sang those songs. But what was actually more alarming or mind-boggling was the fact that there were so many news about his death, what happened surrounded his death, the issue with his record label, the accusations from his family, the wife sending out tweets, and various videos coming out. It was quite confusing. So many didn't really understand exactly what happened and why they hurried to bury him so quickly. Yes, he was a Muslim, but the issues of what were the circumstances of his death. So these were very confusing. That's why we have with us this morning on the show to give us some clarity on who this man was, what the circumstances surrounding his death, and what lessons can we learn from him, because lots of people do follow him. He has a huge following. We have a media practitioner, a social commentator, social media commentator, and also an influencer himself, Mr. Abayomi Ladipo. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, good morning. It's Ayobami.
Ayobami Ladipo. He'll be discussing the foregoing and also controversies surrounding the death of Mohbad. You can call us on 081-0764-1679, 0902-4163-440. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet.
I hear he's not a Muslim.
Oh, he's not a Muslim, yeah. So I was wondering why he died, why they buried him so much. What was the hurry? Right? So let's even start off. Who is Mohbad? Because a lot of our viewers have seen it on social media, but they probably don't even know that they dance to his songs. You know, so please tell us who he is and the kind of songs he has.
Okay, so Ilerioluwa that they call Mohbad, Imole. He was an Afrobeat artist. It's very painful that we had to use the word, we had to qualify him in the past tense to say was. And was a very energetic young guy that was pushing so hard to take himself to that level of success. He had issues with his record label. 2022, it was in the public space because the last incident, he even went live on Instagram where he accused the record label of harassment or being bullied, and that video is still there where he was saying that if anything happens to him, hold the record label responsible, do this and that. Thereafter, there was the NDLEA issue. There was some arrests that were made. Even his record label mates were arrested. I think detained for a couple of weeks. Then thereafter, the guy went off the record label, went off Malian Records, then started off his own Imolenization.
Also, he left Malian.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, he had an album with Malian. I think it was Feel Good. Then now he left Imolenization. He released another album under his own record label.
Okay.
And it was just evident that the guy had to deal with so many things. Maybe in the last few years, but the last couple of months too had been quite chaotic for him. So after his death, we're now seeing videos You saw a video of him being harassed on set.
Yes.
That happened in June. That was just a couple of months ago. And the sad part of it is that young man was talking to us every time with every song. If you are listening to people who were active followers, every song that Mohbad released was practically a message. It was so
A call for help.
It was a message, yeah. So he was sending out a message. He was talking about himself. So it's just like you explaining yourself to the people in different ways. Listen to all of his songs. He was always talking about himself, what he was going through, what he had gone through, his fears, his worries, the uncertainty about a tomorrow. And so bad that he actually recorded a song about life after death, saying that when he's gone, people will love him more. It was exactly like what Da Green in 2010. Da Green recorded a song, If I Die. Mohbad also recorded a song. He did a video in the studio. When I'm dead and gone, people will love me more. When he's on the floor and he can't talk, and they will discuss him, talk about his right and wrong. The boy knew that he had a premonition. He had a premonition. He was basically living in fear. There was so many things happening around him. He could not, he wasn't certain about it tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so, you know, we saw these videos. For many of us, were just really confused because one moment we're hearing things like maybe cultism or bullying or just harassment. Was it his record label that was just harassing him because he was moving forward? What sort of person was he outside music? Was he involved in any nefarious activities? Why did he have such negativity around him during that period?
You see, one thing I would say is the death of Mohbad would definitely unearth so many things going forward. Artists have been having record label issues over the years, and many of them, either they go through the legal way, court process, or probably some negotiation here and there. This is the first time, at least that we can remember, probably in the last 15 years or thereabout, that an artist would eventually lose his life in that process. And this one is so painful. This guy, we've had artists that have had record label issues, Chris Daniel with G Worldwide, Rundown with Eric Mani, a couple of them, Vector with YSG. They've had to find a way around it. Chris Daniel changing his name from the KISS to KIZZ. Vector going off and going the court way. But in this case, the first question is, does Mohbad have a contract, a legal contract with Malian Records? Because there are some of these artists who do not even have a contract that is signed. So if the police will start their investigation, starts with that. Does he have a contract with Malian Record? What does that contract stipulate? What led to the first issues? Was it about a renewal? Was it about the fact that he wanted to opt out? Was there a buyback clause or whatever kind of clause? Was there anything that is related to it? Now, as at that time, one thing was clear. The boy wanted to leave. It seems like he was uncomfortable. It seems like there were so many things happening that he could not talk. He couldn't talk about. Yeah. He was saying it even in his songs. So many things, and this and that. There were so many things that he could still not talk about. Okay, why was he being bullied? These are questions. Yeah. Why was he bullied to the point of being on a set after he had left the label? He was recording a song, and some people went to that set and they were going to get him off.
I need to come to the ladies, but to follow up to that, who's going to bail the cats? Because somebody has to take this up. So all these questions are asking. Somebody needs to get the police to investigate.
The police is already on it already. So they've released a statement yesterday to say they are going to investigate. And I still listen to the PPRO, the Lagos State PPRO, boy, they're saying that should there be a need, they might have to exhume the body for an autopsy. Because there's so many issues around him. Now, from the record label executives to show promoters who were involved, whose names are mentioned already, even the family, why was they hurried to bury him? Why? We've seen a video where the elder sister spoke on live TV, on Instagram Live, to say she wanted them to bury him in Lekki Cemetery, that she was making arrangement to pay, but the father refused, and they had to bury that boy in Berigbe. Where they buried that boy, apologies. He lived a better life more than that. It was just like a place for the masses, just anybody, someone that probably has no family, has no. He deserved a better burial. Now, so why was that hurry to bury him? Why give him that kind of dirty final departure, that burial right? And
let's get a few more questions for you.
Okay, so thank you for everything you've said. I listened to you, and I also remember a number of artists, prominent artists, have reacted to Mohbad's death, and they keep saying the same thing. This guy tried to reach out to me. This guy tried to say something to me. Oh, the last time I saw him, he said we needed to talk. So do we have a platform in Nigeria that protects young and upcoming artists? Is there a way, is there a forum, is there a platform where these guys can just express themselves? How many other people do we need to have going the same way before we kind of show up for help?
You know, see, the sad part of all of this is if you go close to these artists on a one-on-one, many of them will tell you that industry, they won't even call it an industry, they tell you it's a cabal. Can they voice out the fear of being blacklisted? It was what happened to this guy. He had an interview. Mohbad had an interview on a TV station. The videos are there where he said that after he left Malian record, that show promoters started blacklisting him. He wasn't getting shows.
Yeah, we saw that.
He had to start struggling for little gigs around. Then had to, even the streams from his album, according to him, wasn't coming to him. He was going to the record label. That's normal if there was a contract anyway. So do these guys? So now, how many of them can actually even just hold the phone to speak out? How many of them can come to the TV stations or go on radio to speak out like you're fighting your benefactors in quotes? So I think the most important thing is whenever you're going on that table to start any process to negotiate, go with a lawyer. Don't be so desperate. Desperation, the survivor mode. Mohbad kept saying is survivor. It was a survivor thing for him. And it's painful because the guy, he died at 27, and when you listen to everything that he had said, from dropping out of school to becoming a carpenter, recording from his proceeds from his carpentry works, to joining Malian Records, to dying at 27, that guy probably lived the last 7 years of his life in pain. He just, fighting different struggle. He was just in pain.
Let me go on a break because I don't think I have clarity just yet. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing Mohbad, and Busy had a question for our guests.
So let me just try and make the question short. I wanted to ask two. The first thing is, did he have friends, well-meaning friends, when he was alive, and why didn't they show up for him? And secondly, what was the relationship between him and his family, maybe his father? Because that burial looked very funny. We were even told that they had to break his neck to fit into the coffin. Apparently, the coffin was too small to hold his body. What do you think was the relationship like?
Okay, did he have friends? Apparently, yes. At least known names were Zlatan, Bela's mother, and I think Bela's mother even spoke out for him at the point. Okay. He had an interview, an exclusive one with Chide, the videos on the internet. He spoke out because Bela's mother was the first person that talked about the guy being suicidal. At the point, there was a day he was almost jumping from the stairs, from the window. There was the girlfriend that saw him and raised an alarm and all of that. Even the day he was bullied, on the video that we've all seen on the internet, the day he was bullied, was Zlatan that stood up for him. It was that guy. Then, so those are names in that space. About the burial, no, it wasn't that, it was not even reported that they gave him a very unbefitting burial. We saw it. We saw the video of the casket and how his neck was bent. That was a gory one. It was not good. It's too graphic. Now, as a Tuesday when the death was announced, we also saw tweets. Then there was a video where the family members confirmed that they called the video. The video sent 2 million to the family. that he was actually at an airport, he was traveling, and he sent that 2 million immediately on the go to say once he lands, he will reach back to them. So for whatever it was, we're going to bury this guy. Let's assume there was no one cover with anybody. Oh, Mohbad had the money and he's gone. You don't have access to his funds. So there was a 2 million naira. Then for whatever reason, 3-4 hours, even to produce a new coffin. Say, okay, based it on his height, to produce a new coffin, you can give this boy a befitting burial. So for me, I think the police really needs to get involved in this because the Nigerian youth, the Gen Zs in particular, his fans, they are hurting. So get involved from the label executives to the family members to friends who were around him at the last minute.
Yeah.
Bring all of them for questioning. This is something that needs to unearth so many things. NDLA, get involved. There's so many things that are attached to this.
I don't understand the NDLA factor because I keep seeing NDLA and I'm thinking, okay, so help us understand for me. Were there elements of cultism in this? Because people are saying that this was some kind of a cultist ritual. Maybe he's involved in this and something happened. Because some of us are clueless. We don't even know what's going on in this world. And we are we're in a bubble. Is there a cultism issue, and how does that link to some kind of NDLA issue?
Okay, first up, NDLA is drug-related. Now, the cultism part of it, I do not want to ascribe to cultism issues.
Okay.
Reason being that I think it would have escalated very fast if it was cult-related, because you would have gangs. It would have, so this would have escalated long ago.
Okay.
There's no way gangs will keep quiet.
Okay.
But going forward, this might escalate into cultism issues. We've seen it happen all over the world. When you have something that looks like a mafia and somebody is actually killed, then others will come out to probably want to protest or speak out or take a revenge. Now, in his case, for a guy who was bullied over and over, who made a petition in June, if it was cult-related, he wouldn't even have to go through the police. He won't have to submit a petition. There won't have been a need to pile up evidences. The videos are there, bruises on his body, marks, yes.
So are we saying that this is a record label that was refusing to let him go and bullied him to this extent?
From what we can see clearly. So it's good that we should talk about things that are clear to everybody. Yeah. Like I said, these investigations would unearth so many things. But from what we could see, it had to do with the record label, him leaving, the bullying. Why was he constantly
Sorry, do we know who that person in the video was that was holding like a big stick and was trying to...
The name is in the public.
Is he known? Is
as
he
a
the
show
music
promoter.
Okay, he's a show promoter.
They call him a show promoter. The pictures are there. The name is there. It's in the public space. Everybody knows him.
Okay, so away from all of this sadness, there's so much sadness around the story. I'm wondering, I see some kind of huge cost for fame in this guy's story. And I know that there are a number of talented young guys out there who feel I'm going to get fame at any cost, even if it means going out of my values for association's sake and all of it. Now, in your capacity as an influencer, as an elder in this thing, is there a way to call up on these guys? So for me, I know it's painful. We're still going to uncover a lot of things. It seems like somebody's being threatened. That's why the show is showing up this side, and this side we don't really understand. Well, I'm very concerned about his friends, about other young guys who, you said he was almost suicidal at some point.
Yeah, he was actually.
So some of these young guys, what can you, in your capacity, your friends, what can we do to see that these guys are better counseled?
Sensitization.
Okay, and how?
So I would say that music execs needs to come together right now. It's a time for them to redefine that industry. Because failure to do it now, I'm sorry to say this, we might have to still experience more of this. It might not come this way. The last time the music industry felt this bad was Da Green. And Da Green, it was an accident. So his own was an accident. But for Mohbad's case, it was something that everybody knew that this guy was going through.
Living in fear.
In fear. You understand?
What was the cause of death?
So we don't know yet.
Just died.
Such a fine boy.
So now, there were different reports. Yeah. There was a report that said he was hit with a charm on Sunday while performing at Korodu. There's actually a video where he was performing actually that day, and we saw where someone was holding his left hand. Now, a report is even attaching his friend to it. The friend had also made a video to debunk, to say Mohbad has been helpful to him all these years, their childhood friend, why would he want to kill him? There are questions to ask, there are several questions. Why was his label executive, his former label executive, why were they close to his friends? There are different things around this, so many. So the boy, for me, I feel that boy, he knew too much. And he...
What can you possibly know? Music industry.
It looks like he knew too much.
What will you know?
I think he knew.
I'm just like,
it looks like he knew too
the more
much.
questions I ask, the more confused I am. Because let me tell you why I'm even confused. Because I remember that when the really bad accident happened in Lagos State, the doctor who died from the elevator, that young lady, I mean, it was a very painful situation. Yes. And one of the questions that was asked was that, I think it was the father was like, it took my child's death for the government to now look into this issue of elevator. Now, did we have to wait for this boy to die to understand the music industry, the irregularities happening in the music industry, the informality of these deals they have, the record labels and the artists? Do you need somebody to die under these circumstances for you to understand it was important for us to have a proper industry that is properly regulated and have a system in place to help people actually have a proper career in music?
Let me quickly answer this way. One of the biggest names in the music industry, one of the promoters, Polo, that does one African music fest.
I know Polo very well.
Yeah, he posted Mohbad. They did a tribute to Mohbad, and what he wrote, I think that was yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that they were in London a week ago, took him to London for a show, and Mohbad opened up to him. He told him a whole lot. And now, can he tell us the whole lot? I'm not sure many people would. That industry is
this whole lot.
So, like I said, the boy was going through a whole lot. He knows so many things.
But he reported to the police
in June.
How did that case go? What did the police do?
The petition, I can't speak for the police, but I'm not sure that anything substantial was done in that regards. But so, unfortunately, we have to get to this point where the police now have to take action, where the boy is gone.
Well, from one of the reports I've seen is that he didn't show up when he was meant to show up, and the other promoter that is faces Sam Larry showed up, but Mohbad himself didn't show up.
Unfortunately, I've not seen it. I don't know.
FCID. That's what they said.
He tried to do the right thing by actually going to the police.
But does he need to show up at first if he has a lawyer? But for whatever reason, investigations will be... artists always have that busy schedule.
So my question is, do you know if Sam Larry has been arrested?
I don't think so. If he had been arrested, the police would have made a statement about it. He has not been arrested.
Okay. There's now the conversation of the wife.
Yeah.
What is the role that she's played?
This whole thing.
Yes, because some were hearing one part of the conversation looking like, oh, he was accusing her of, oh, do you want me to die? And so we're afraid that you're trying to paint a widow black so that you can cut away with her husband's stuff? Or is there really something that she has done in the past to show that she may have been involved in all this altercation one way or the other?
No, so I'll still take it from evidences. From the audio of him and the wife that was released, we saw videos and we listened to it. The conversations he had with her was ever since the NDLEA issue. You have been this, you've been withdrawn, you've been that. And for whatever reason, I still think that was personal. He was married to her.
Exactly.
So that put everything around that, around matrimonial issues. For whatever, this guy, they've been together for 10 years from their secondary school. Mohbad was 27, that girl is 24. So, for what would be a gain? And the wife also wrote, because those things are documented, that Mohbad did everything to make sure that he wanted her to go live abroad with the child. That kept saying, let me be here, let me face them. So that guy was fighting a war against principalities.
The wife may also know.
She will, but will she
Be
talk?
careful.
Yes.
She has a child to protect.
Yes. Let me take this call from the UK. Good morning, Ola. Thanks for calling.
Good morning,
you're live.
Morayo. Hello?
Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. About this boy, first of all, it's not what happened. Yeah, many of us don't know this guy, and I'm very sure from you guys being there, I know you don't know anything about him. So, what I say about it is that this thing is not the first time their musicians are having problems with labels. If you can remember, Morayo, Sonia has with Dairo in those days. And it goes this way. But in this boy's case, from last night when I'm at work, I watched all his videos. Number one, the gentleman there should clear one thing. This guy belongs to us. Majority of them belongs to 14.
Okay, so he believes that so
I think it's more of
gangs and cults, but what's the role of Naira Marley in all this? Because like his name keeps popping up. Are they still together? Are they friends? What is the...
Okay, so the name will pop up because first of, he owns Malian Records.
Yeah, but he doesn't work with Malian Records anymore.
Yeah, so till the point that he left, was it a smooth transition? No. As when the boy was leaving, he was saying, if I die, hold Malian music responsible. It was clear, and he was in pain. He was running for his life. He practically had no shirt on the night he was running. He was chased. He was on a live video. No. That was, I think, October or November last year.
Wow.
That was how he broke away from Malian Records. So it wasn't like it was reported. It was something that everybody saw. The videos are still on the internet. So the name of Naira Marley would always be in the forefront.
Hey.
So when I'm thinking, these are the Nigerian youth who want to hand Nigeria over to. And I'm thinking to myself, we need a structure, we need a system, we need something to help enable them to be more productive in this. It's a fabulous industry. It's an industry that's taken Nigeria, put Nigeria on the map.
Yes.
But we need proper structure to help them, because that's where people in the older ones need to come and support these guys to build up. Why would they? Who is Naira Marley to have a record label in the first place? Yes, you are singing, but what experience do you have to own a record label? You're just a kid. I'm just saying that they need proper structure. So I think this also should serve as a wake-up call to the industry, the big wigs within the industries, all the Kenny Ogungbes, we need them now to put proper systems in place so that these guys follow.
Yeah, and I see how it can be how a lot of people can be vulnerable to the big record label. Most of our musicians, if you look at it, they're coming from tough backgrounds, you know? And so you have someone who is saying to you, join my record label and I will change your life. So for many, you know, because we are talking about go with a lawyer, for many of them, at that point in their lives, they've never even sat down with a lawyer. They're just happy to even have someone like that recognize them and have them in the same room as them. So we need to have policies, I guess. You know, CSOs, we need to stand up and talk about how we can protect artists under record label.
I would say this, the Gen Zs are very creative, very energetic, yet extremely dangerous. Yet extremely dangerous. Beyond
what makes them dangerous?
What you can think of. They are extremely dangerous. Yeah, to themselves. They are harmful to themselves. From abuse of drugs to... you see this woke mentality is destroying a whole lot of things. You know, the woke mentality makes the Gen Z feels that you can't caution them. They know so much. They feel that you are old school, you are archaic, or you won't understand. So they do things on their own. And I think I put this on the table of the music executive where I started earlier. So when I said music executive, this is the time. You mentioned Kenny Ogungbe, the likes of Daya Adeneye, them Don Jazzies,
yes.
the who is who in the industry.
Shonaya.
Now needs to sit, bring these guys together. From that generation to them Olamide's generation, because no matter how small you think they are record label owners in their rights. Olamide to the Naira Marley himself, if he goes through investigation and for whatever reason, if he's allowed to go. But it is time that they structure that industry. Else, there'll be more danger.
Because they are running it like a mafia now.
Yeah, the thing is
According to them.
to stop
Yeah.
young people from having a record label. The
Absolutely
thing is
not.
for them to register properly.
So
I would
structure
ask,
it.
you know, there's an arm of government that's supposed to handle this. I think it's Ministry of Entertainment, Tourism, and all of that. That's their job, to regulate them properly. So for you to get to a point where you're having a record label, you've passed through many tests. You know the way they used to squeeze people when you want to get NAFDAC? That's how they should squeeze them. You know them. Before you set up a record label, because it's something that will be big, and you're going to be empowering and helping younger people. So younger people will be given to you. You must have that system that would handle and care for their welfare and everything. So the government too needs to do something in this, or else everybody can just wake up and carry.
And there should be laws to
laptop
protect
and then
the
Younger ones.
no, not the younger ones, whoever your signees. There has to be, like, I'm a small fry, I'm a small fish, I cannot talk to the big people, but where do I go immediately to make sure that I'm ahead and I'm protected?
Yeah.
Like an office of the public defender. So
Something
they will tell you that office
need a
is there.
structure.
Anyways, but I mean, I think we have to wrap up on this, but thank you for helping us understand what is going on. But I think I have a phone call. Good morning. Thanks for calling. Oh, we lost that caller. But we have to wrap up on this. I'm going to go on. But what are your final words? Let me let you have a final word on this concerning this Mohbad story.
Concerning Mohbad, rest in peace, Mohbad, and to the Nigerian youth, to the fans, I think it's just about time to be more responsible, more responsive, show more love, and then let's just put hands together to make sure that we can nip this in the bud. And to the police in particular, the Nigerian youth, the friends, the family of Mohbad, the fans, they depend on you right now to serve justice.
Yeah, and I think I also like to add that somebody should speak up. You know, these things happen, everybody just keeps quiet. Everybody's out of fear, they choose to keep quiet, but, you know, justice needs to be served, and we hope that Nigerians, especially those who know something, be it the wife, be it the family, be it the father, be it even Polo, anybody who knows something, should please come forward and tell the police so that this young man can get justice. That is all we can take on this segment. When we come back, move on to another hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So you know it's our Celebrity Friday, so we love to hang out with celebrities and discuss their matters. So today we have a very, very special guest with us. She's a talented Nigerian veteran actress known for her exceptional performances in Nollywood films. She has starred in numerous blockbuster movies and TV series showcasing her versatile acting skills. Welcome with us, Time Umba in the building. Good to have you. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. Good morning, all.
I love the nudie look. It's very me.
my face is usually less is more.
Yeah. It's actually
Nothing heavy.
So good to have you on the show. Before you came on with me, even during the break, we're discussing this matter of RMD, Richard Prophet Damajo. Recently had an interview with Tej Babyface.
Okay.
Where we were seeing a lot of things. One of which was the fact that that is being faithful is hard. Mariam, want to tell us his exact words?
Well, maybe not the exact words, but it was a conversation about, you know, being faithful in marriage, and RMD was of the opinion that, you see, a lot of us are, for the women, he says the women come across like Delilahs, you know, like Jezebels. So it's really tough, and that for married men, this is tough for them, because he even sort of suggested like married men are the targets, you know, and for any man who is eventually able to hold himself, that person is doing a good job, you know.
But he did indicate within the industry.
Yes, he said especially within the industry.
I mean, I found that interesting, you know. I mean, let me not put you on the spot, but let me put this on the spot.
Yes.
When I come to you, what are your thoughts on what RMD said?
Please, why is he calling women Jezebel? Yes, and Delilah. No, I did not find that funny. You can make your point without. I know he's my bon, but you can make your point without giving us that. Because if the Jezebel comes and you turn away, the Jezebel cannot harm you. The Jezebel cannot get access to you.
Yeah.
They come
Takes
and you
two.
smile. It takes two to tango. So don't make it seem like men are always the target, women are. Men leave themselves to be the targets. We have seen men who have said in their hearts that they were not going to cheat. They are going to work, even high-profile offices, they carry their lunch from home. You know, they don't hang out after work. Immediately after close of work, they are going back to their home, to their wives. You know, we've seen men who have sustained that. And I understand the industry. I'm an actor as well. I go on set and I see how people can want to come around you. They want to flaunt themselves and all that. But if you make it, I've gone on set and I've seen men who, after the job, I enter my car and I leave. Yeah, they get into their car and they leave. And they don't even chat to follow up, how are you doing and all of that. You know, once you see this man on set, you know that he's very professional. He does his job. He doesn't smile too much. He doesn't play too much. He doesn't compliment too much. He faces his script and when he's done, he goes. So I think we should be very careful not to give men a lot of excuse. If he had said human beings, because women, there are some women in that space too who don't mind.
Let me come to our guest. Let me let you jump in before I come to Ronke.
I think that RMD said that with a lot of love in his heart, light-heartedly. He didn't practically mean that we're Jezebels and Delilahs, but I think that we're beautiful creatures. So that will be his best way, light-heartedly, to describe women. Having said that, my industry is amazing. Beautiful people, beautiful men and women, talented, some not so talented. But the thing is, how do you come to work? Do you come to work with the mindset of, oh, yeah, today I'm going to conquer? What are you going to conquer? People come prepared, but for what? I go prepared to work for my work, character, job, projects. Some go prepared to slay. Some go prepared to mingle. So it will depend on who you are and what you're there for. And honestly, whatever you're there for, you will get. Oh, yeah, you'll get. Because there is a seller and there's a buyer.
Oh,
So if you're willing to sell, someone is willing to buy.
let me come to you, Ronke, because he said something that is very hard for a man to be faithful. I mean, I think that's the question I want us to discuss. Is it so hard for a handsome actor like him or any other man who is handsome, who is attractive, to be faithful? Let me come to you, Fash.
Thank you, Mariah. So coincidentally, I'm married to an actor.
Ah, you are. Oh, my Lord.
So many times people ask me that question and it's not offensive, but when I hear it again, I'm like, excuse me. Do these guys actually need a camera to misbehave when they want to? But I understand that the industry is very vulnerable. There's a part of God, is going. You know, that one is there. And I would say, even if, like in my husband's case, I know he wants to build contact, he wants to build his network. So I cannot totally erase the fact that he wants to mingle.
Yes.
So I wouldn't say if you want to go far, you have to just go straight, and especially when you have not built your profile to a point where you are accessible.
You have to network. Yes.
So it's a very vulnerable industry. Sometimes I see messages, sometimes I see people get too close, sometimes I'm like, this one too, a movie, you know. So I would just say, I would say it's because it's vulnerable and it's a mindset.
I know for a fact that, you know, in the industry, we have very disciplined men, jokes apart, and women. I'm one of them, and I say this with every sense of modesty, but responsibility. We have men who know where they're coming from, why they are there, and where they're going. When people were young, they behaved like young people, and that's what's happening. But people are more determined these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, more, there's that everywhere. In our days, you had the theater, we were like brothers and sisters. And that's why people like RMD, Tonyo Shinaike, the family of the theater family, we still know each other. We know each other's, to an extent, persons, and maybe even homes or families, because it was a family at the time. But now it has grown so big that everybody, we have all different kinds of sectors inside the section.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I get you.
So, a man like my brother, he's good looking, he's been there, he's a beautiful actor, a beautiful soul, but he has stayed married.
But can you marry an RMD? A man like that, can you be a wife like she is to an actor like that?
I can. You know why I can?
Why can you?
Now, if it's now, shall.
No, before.
Before.
As a young actor.
We'll have issues because I'm also a beautiful woman.
Absolutely.
See?
Yes.
So both of us will have to agree. We will fall and we'll get up. But if we're determined to make it work, at some point you will realize that these things don't have any meaning. Bottom line. Because we've been at places where, in those days where you are camped for like 6 weeks, just actors and crew members.
Things happen.
Things happen.
Hallelujah.
You understand? But today you look back at those people and they may not even be talking.
Yeah.
So these things don't have meaning. Why don't you? Yes, it doesn't have its meaning. So why don't you just go ahead, be somebody, do something for yourself, forget the distractions. It's a flash in the pan.
Hallelujah. Mariam, jump in.
Let me jump in.
Honestly.
So this industry in particular involves strangers or professionals simulating romantic relationships, marriages, putting yourself and your mind. In fact, the better you're able to put yourself into character, the better of an actor you are and praised for.
Yeah.
And then we expect that nothing happens in real life, that something does not creep in real life. We have seen in Nollywood, they will not tell us. But in Hollywood, we have seen them.
Wait. Not falling in love.
I'm talking of people who left husbands at home and wives at home, went on a set, and then marriages collapsed. So we know that it happens. And I just agree with it that it is tough.
Brutal.
But it is reality, and it is tough. And that's why Ronke is an angel for being able to be married to an actor. Not me, never. Because
I married an accountant too.
And then
Fashion just went into. I think I'll do well behind the camera. I'm like, which camera? Like, is it this one? I don't understand. So, would you rather be with someone who you know would be happy doing stuff, and because you want a good marriage, you just want him to stay?
Another question.
No, I'm going to say this, right? It's you are going to have, like, every marriage has faces their challenges. But some of the challenges that you're facing, I mean, I don't see that my husband is on set for 3 months and then I now see the hottest girl that is sending him some messages when he comes home. Auntie, that's not my own challenge, that's yours. So it's going to be, I think RMD is saying like reality, but like BC said, it's both sides. So men will face it, women will face it. Now, what you're talking about, people who are disciplined, I feel that they have become disciplined with age, with experience, with making mistakes here and there. But hopefully you have a partner that is willing to stay through all those your mistakes and lessons. And then you now come and say, oh, I'm so sorry. And at the point you come to say sorry, madam is saying, uncle, I have suffered it for too long. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not doing anymore. So I feel that it's really tough.
Well, you see, this life, whether you're an actor or a doctor, what will be, I believe that what will be. If you have some wisdom, you keep your home. Honestly, jumping from here to there doesn't make you... See, we have to be real. I don't believe... I'm not in today's world, I'm sorry. I'm a cake. And that's why it took me a while. Do you understand? My journey is different from everybody's journey, and that's my journey. But I tell you something, my father in theater, Iri Nakimio, I call him with every respect. Great radio personality, amazing. Iri Nakimio, well done, sir. Bro, so, sir. So, he told me something many years ago when I went to shoot the Tribal Lucky's commercial. He said, do not be one of them. Once you sleep with one, you sleep with everyone. Become the prop. Be the prop, be there. But gather as much as you can. So I followed it. All the boys in theater I'm one of the boys. Oh, Charlie and the boys. I'm one of the boys. we discuss other people. I'm just a boy. I'm trapped in So I know how the men function in theater, in film, and I know how we women function. And I've seen where women have gone ahead and done things that were really, really vicious. Really vicious. So, but we won't expose ourselves too much. No, it's not desperation. They think the thing they have in their minds are true. They think it's a true feeling. But at the end of the day, it's not real because you're cramped in one space.
Like Big Brother.
You're cramped in one space. Things may likely happen. After those 3-4 weeks, they may never talk again. So a woman who is at home and bothering her head over these things, they're not real.
See, this thing
It's painful not to bother.
No, I'm not saying don't bother. I'm just saying don't bother too much.
Yeah.
What you need to know is the man you have... Please, know the man you have married. Why did you marry him? What is your relationship like?
Wow.
Do you really matter to him? He may fall, no problem. You may fall. But what do you people have together that you can fall back to without a third party, really?
This is on high level. This is on high level wisdom.
This is loving it. I'm loving the
Understand?
Do
So,
you think
yes.
the actor in quotes would have to do more reassuring of the wife at home?
Thank you. See, that's where sometimes we fail. I know an actor who will tell you, come, my wife, they call me, I want to take my wife. Go, hello, baby. You know, and you're there. So if you have sense,
She's important to him.
The day the wife caught him, the person, if he's listening, he knows who he is. The day the wife caught him, the wife didn't quarrel with him. She sent him a love letter. I love you, da-da-da, I'm going to cook you. When I say afang, the man will know I'm truly talking about him. So, at the end of the day, he had on his own, he started deleting numbers of women. That, you know what, it's not worth it. I can't lose this, I can't lose my family. The older we get, the more things become less meaningful. Those things.
Room for mistake.
Oh,
Because
yes.
the marriages of these days, no mistake,
No,
mistakes were done.
It's not real. That's why people keep divorcing. How can you not make mistakes? Are you not human?
Even if you're not in theater, you would make mistakes.
You will. See, we're living a lie. I'm telling you, if you go on social media, you will lose your life. The things that mean the most to you, you will lose them because you're trying to live somebody else's life. In your koroyara, you know who you really are and what you have really suffered to get that thing. And the work you are putting to make this thing stand. So how dare you allow somebody who doesn't even know you or have any respect for you, make you move away from your focus.
Hallelujah. Just preach it.
Do you understand? Marriages, there will be... You're not from the same mother, by the way. You're not from the same community. You didn't attend the same... Even if you did, even if you were twins. The thing is...
Let me go on a break. You have to focus on your career. I know we discussed this, but you need to come back on a Thursday. We break this thing. Because we've always had male perspective. A lot of like people like Michael Koche come and give us some people. But we need some women at your level, you know, that
and in that industry.
In that industry, just to give us some perspective. But let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll delve into her career, what she's working on. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have the veteran actress Tina Mba with us. You got to see a clip of some of her work. Let's watch this.
Charlie, you are under arrest for breaking into Judge's boutique.
The simple and short story is that I was framed.
Charlie.
I helped allow you to steal it, but I'll make it up to you. This is the plan of life. Never will I allow another person sponsor my only child's wedding.
I saw some hoodlums leaving your store. And I know that they're up to no good. That's why I'm here.
I'm sending you to Nigeria to pick something up for me.
Take this to the car.
One day, I will hack them.
Fantastic. So there's a new movie coming out. You see, I'm one person, I actually love your acting. Like, when I see you on the screen, like you're one of the people, I don't say this a lot, trust me, you're one of those that you're very professional. You come, you bring in your energy, and you take in that character so well.
Thank you.
Tell me about this industry now, where you are, and the new movies you're doing. You've done some amazing with Bread of Life. I've seen you in so many movies that I fell in love with you. How is it now? Are you enjoying the industry now compared to back then?
Okay, I am enjoying it more now. I enjoyed it then. And you see, it depends on what enjoyment is. Now, I know what you're saying, but how I'm going to answer it is what I'm thinking. Okay, fine.
The more reward.
At the point, you see, that's the thing, because of the Naira up and down. We don't know whether it is now financially more rewarding. No. But we're more out there, that I can say. Yeah. More out there, because we're stuck in the theater most of the time, going to do radio voiceovers and radio drama, and then stage productions. So with the advent of, what's that place, Winnie's and all of that, I wasn't part of that. I was stuck in the theater still, doing series and all of those things and blah, blah, blah. So more visibility because of social media. Of course. And that's good. And then more international jobs. But what do you call international jobs? Because even then, our products were aired internationally, but it wasn't as many. We didn't have, it was government sponsored at the time, commissioned, or the USAID and the rest of them. So, but now you have individual studios coming together to create something beautiful and then making it go international or global. So yes, I'm enjoying myself being an actor.
What about this movie in particular?
This, Charlie and the Boys. Yes. Amazing. Usually I run from interviews, but for Charlie and the Boys, and then with you ladies, I decided, okay, why not?
Thank you.
So, Charlie and the Boys, I played Officer Fashood. She's the no-nonsense policewoman. She's very snoopy. She's very observant. She's the cop. She's not a lockbar, she's police.
There's a difference.
Yes. She gathers intelligence. In her neighborhood, we're bringing the neighborhood as Nigeria now. She knows all the crannies, all the criminal elements, and she is always on their case. And once she snoops and smells something, she follows it to the end. That's Officer Fashood.
Now, how was it working with Nine Sacrifice?
Oh, my brother. You know, the funny thing is, he's an amazingly professional actor.
We can tell.
A no-nonsense person, but a wonderful, wonderful creative mind. I've always enjoyed working with him. He wouldn't give you any stress. It's about the job. Just do it, and then we can do our shenanigans of whatever else later. But when it comes to the job, yes, he's very professional. And then the Sheung as well. You know, we have our younger colleagues. We have a lot of them that are amazingly gifted. And I pray that, you know, the light continues to shine upon them. They find their paths, because some of them are so talented, but they haven't had that major break, and they deserve it. some of them I know personally, and they deserve it. I haven't had my major break as an actor.
So I was going to say, you know, when we watch movies, we know that there are some who are popular.
Yes.
For whatever reason. And then we see some who are not as popular or not popular at all. But when you watch the movie, you're like, who is this amazing actor? You forget that they are just acting. They embody their character. And I was wondering with the young ones coming up, you know, like, how would you advise them not to get frustrated? The reason I say this is, if you're acting for passion, so your end goal shouldn't be that you have become popular. It should be that you're getting jobs and that you're doing the job that you love. And the popularity will come, you know, when the stars align. Or do you see it differently?
Okay, there's a difference between being famous and popular.
Okay.
So I choose to be famous. I don't want popularity. Because that can become notoriety.
Okay.
When you're famous, it means that you're grounded. People know you for what you do and for who you are and the things that matter. Okay? And you stay on. The popularity is like that. You're popular, people shout, 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 and you're gone. But I know some of these are young brothers and sisters in the industry. Someone like, mention him?
Sure. Okay.
Someone like Blossom, I love him too much. I love him like, I call him Franklin. You see, so Blossom is like younger me. We're not popular, but we're known.
Yes.
In the industry.
Yes, definitely.
We matter by the grace of God. So we can't, some people run after fame and fortune at the same time. Sometimes you don't have the grace. So some people work first and get the fame, and then fame brings in fortune. So you need to identify your walk in life.
Where you are per time.
Yes. So don't run after other people's steps. Find your own path. So long as you keep doing what you're doing and people are saying, well done, and in your heart you know you've done the best, just keep going. One day the universe will turn its light and find you.
I'm having goosebumps. I'm loving this.
And the light will shine so much that people will come finding you, seeking you, wherever you may be. And that's one hope I want every young actor, every young creative mind to have. Don't pursue popularity. Pursue what you have, the content you have. Keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Fantastic. I love
Beautiful.
it. Go ahead, Ronke.
Thank you.
You almost made me forget what I wanted to say. I will try. Okay, so I know that we often play down on the crew, the other part of it, not the camera part. And I know, so my husband has this guy who's a director, and I see him doing well. So is there a platform, a channel where people can also show passion in those things besides being in front of the camera? Then secondly, Ma, you're a veteran, and I won't let you go without asking you this personal question. Can you tell us maybe 2 wrong steps that you took when you came into this to ensure that those who are watching out there do not fall into the same shoes before they realize mistakes?
Okay, I'll start from the first one because it's very important. They know me as a looter when it comes to crew members. If you mistreat the crew, I will walk off your set. If you give them wrong food, what they shouldn't have, except I do not know, I will raise hell. Because without them, who are the actors? There's no production. So it's a team, it's a teamwork. It's a synergy. So everybody should be treated with respect. And I've told a lot of crew members I've met, dress your part. Dress your part. Respect yourself first. So no actor, no presenter is moving away from me because you're sweaty and you're smelling from yesterday's sweat because you didn't go home. Bring a spare dress. Have a body spray. And more crew members are educated now. So it's different. In fact, people are proud to say I'm a DOP, I'm a cameraman, people are proud now, so it's different.
Maybe, I don't know for sure, maybe they already do it, like the awards, do we have, do they recognize them?
Yeah, I'm thankful that some awards are seeing that, but personally, I had spoken to someone, I said, you know what, there should be a platform for only crew members. That you recognize them, to encourage them and encourage more young people to do that. Then going to your question, wrong steps taken, I can't remember any, I'm sorry, that I took, because I had guardians and I had my sense with me. I didn't leave it at home.
Let me just give you an opportunity to tell us when this movie is coming out, where should we expect it? Is it going to be on any of the online platforms?
Okay, it's coming to the cinemas on the 23rd of September. 23rd, right? Yes. 29th. 29th of September at the cinemas. It's going to be amazing. Please join us.
Oh, nice. So after that, hopefully we'll see it also. Because some of us, that's been a long time going to the cinema, but we'll try it because of you.
Please.
We'll go to the cinema. Oh,
we'll give you popcorn.
We'll take popcorn. But
Drink water. You're on a diet.
I really don't want us to leave this set without even reminding our viewers of what you said, because for me, I caught it so much. You know, that don't look for popularity. You know, focus on your work, because the fame will come and meet you there. Because a lot of people that's watching the social media, seen all the flamboyant, they've been afforded, invited to all these awards, they're wearing these beautiful clothes, you know, they're doing and actually you're trying. Okay, when will I also be invited? You will get the invitation. But when you've done the work to be recognized,
Thank you.
So it's something that you really need to record and cut out that clip. Listen to him over and over and understand what you're saying. I really, really appreciate it. That's the wisdom nugget you gave us this morning. We can't buy it.
Thank you.
Even off camera as well.
That's my girl talk.
Yes.
So please just join Veronica and the ladies on tomorrow's episode. See you then. Bye for now.